Among the controversial non-career ambassadors designates are Reno Omokri, a former spokesman for Atiku Abubakar, Femi Fani-Kayode, a former aviation minister, and Professor Mahmood Yakubu, former chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission. The new nominees are expected to be posted to countries with which Nigeria maintains excellent strategic bilateral relations. Well, Reno Omokri has already accepted President Tinubu's nomination. In a post on X, Omokri expressed gratitude to President Tinubu, saying that Tinubu has taught him the virtue of forgiveness. He acknowledged that despite their political differences, Tinubu chose to overlook past criticisms and recognize his capacity to serve Nigeria in a diplomatic role. He described the nomination as a masterclass in leadership, stating that Tinubu's decision demonstrates that politics should not be about permanent enemies, but about national interest. Well, Omokri's acceptance has generated significant controversy and debate, with critics accusing him of hypocrisy and double standards. Ahead of the 2023 presidential election, Omokri was a vocal critic of Tinubu, referring to him with various derogatory terms. While in a 2023 interview, which has resurfaced online with Seun Akinbaloye, Omokri explicitly stated that he would never work with Tinubu because working with him goes against his principles. Let's take a look.
If Bola Tinubu approaches you to work with him, would you?
Okay.
It will never happen.
Okay, which one? Which of the scenarios? Him approaching you or you accepting to work with him?
Oh my gosh, I don't want to betray privilege. Somebody from Bola Tinubu's camp has already reached out to me, and I told the person that, look, it cannot happen. I can't do it. Okay. It's just against my principles. I'm not. Some people can do that. It's not in my DNA. I can't do it. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. I wish Bola Tinubu well if he eventually is sworn in and then the courts uphold his victory. But I can never work with him.
I can never work with him. Let me take some reactions. This person wrote on X. He can never work with Tinubu. Not maybe. Not let's see. He said never. Today, the same Reno is dancing like someone that just won a visa lottery because he has been nominated as an ambassador. This is why Nigerians don't take these loud online philosophers seriously. Their never has an expiry date. Their principles only work when there is no appointment or money on the table. The moment opportunity shows face, their conscience goes on sabbatical. Reno didn't just U-turn. He did a full spiritual somersault from it's not in my DNA to your excellency, sir. When do I resume? Now, these kind people, they preach integrity for social media. Shame on the pathological liar. Well, the People's Democratic Party has asked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to withdraw the list of 23 ambassadorial nominees, describing it as a diplomatic all-time low. In a statement, the PDP said the nomination list represents a mockery of Nigeria's foreign service and an embarrassment to the nation's diplomatic tradition. The opposition party argued that some of the nominees lack the requisite diplomatic experience and competence to represent Nigeria effectively on the global stage. Well, in the same vein, an old video of Femi Fani-Kayode verbally attacking a journalist has resurfaced online following his nomination as Nigeria's ambassador designate. In the 2020 video, Femi Fani-Kayode is seen calling out a Daily Trust journalist, calling him stupid for asking him a question about who was bankrolling his tour of southern Nigeria. Let's take a look.
What type of stupid question is that? Bankrolling who? Do you know who you are talking to? I will not take any questions from this man. What type of insulting question is that? Please don't insult me here. Okay, I don't want to take any questions from this man. Very stupid. I could see from your face before you got here how stupid you are. Don't ever talk to me like that. Who do you think you're talking to? Bankroll who? You have a small mind. Very small mind. Don't judge me by your own standard. Don't ever try that with me again. No, don't, please. You see me well. Don't ever. All right? I have a short fuse. Okay? Don't.
Sorry.
Well, the incident, which sparked widespread condemnation at the time, has now gone viral again as Nigerians question whether someone with such temperament is fit to represent the country diplomatically. Critics argue that diplomacy requires restraint, respect, and communication skills, qualities that they say Femi Fani-Kayode clearly lacked in his treatment of this particular journalist. Dr. Abati.
Let's start with Reno. This guy is already a known critic of Tinubu during 2023, during the election. There is nothing that he did not say about this man. There is nothing. And everybody knows that this guy will still turn around. And now that is what is actually playing out. I think for this nominee list that was presented by the president, I don't think that any Nigeria is surprised about it, because most Nigeria has already made up their mind about this government, that these governments are, should I say, not there for the people, especially in the name of these three people that we are presented, Reno, Kayode, and Mahmood. I don't think any Nigeria speak good about these three people. And if the government should listen to those who are giving him good advice, it should not include those people in those list of those nominees. Because if instead of looking at it, it's even for his own good. Reno Omokri has already been a very, very known critic of Tinubu, even before 2023. If there is anything that could be done for Tinubu himself not to become the president of Nigeria, I think Reno could have done it during the time that Tinubu was contesting for election. He said all kinds of things, used all kinds of derogatory words that could not even be mentioned. He even went as far as protesting. It's very, very huge. And today, what was his compensation? He has been given a nominee for ambassadorial position, which nobody is surprised. Nobody is surprised. But most Nigerians are divided over their opinion. Some see this as shocking U-turn, questioning the consistency and the principle, but others applauded his acceptance, saying it shows maturity and forgiveness. That is even what Reno himself said. Reno himself has already thanked Tinubu, calling the appointment a lesson in reconciliation. But critics haven't forgotten his word. His past word that he can never work with Tinubu no matter what. I'm imagining like what is going in his mind like right now. Maybe if he has the opportunity to go back in time, I'm sure that he will go back and take those words back. But he doesn't know that this is already a digital age, that internet never forgets. Once anybody is doing their own thing, it will be reserved, and once upon a time, everybody will still call it up. But most of the people doesn't have shame. Even Femi Fani-Kayode, all of them, people has been questioning his manner of approach, his temperament, his everything. That those kind of people does not deserve to represent us in the international community, in a global diplomacy, because the kind of people we have there, their character should be on an exceptional level. If you want to be called His Excellency, your character should be an excellent one. And these people that are presented, Nigerians are saying that their character are questionable, that these people doesn't have integrity, and those around Mr. President should have known better before even nominating them for such kind of sensitive position. Come to talk about Professor Yakubu Mahmood. Everybody already knows. Everybody knows. In fact, this is just like a thank you to him, because I'm sure that he's one of the person that actually made sure that the president is in power. Even though, let's assume, he said every due process was followed, but every Nigerian knows. And even him himself, if he could be truthful to himself, maybe he might one day tell the truth of actually what happened. We don't know what happens, but he knows. But the fact is that somebody who already has all these kind of attributes to their name should just honorably do themselves a favor by not accepting such kind of sensitive position. Because even if he accepts, it shouldn't go that far. He might be rejected in the global space, and that would be a very, very shameful thing. So the better thing for him to do is even to reject it before he gets embarrassed on the international stage. So what does this mean for Nigeria image abroad? Will this nominee project strengthen the... Okay. So what does this mean for Nigerian image abroad? Will this nominee project strength and unity or deepen the perception of political patronage? One thing is certain. The conversation is far from over. Nigerians are watching closely and the world is listening.